UPSC Prelims 2024 General Studies question paper solutions. The first question is, which of the following countries are well known as the two largest cocoa producers in the world? And the correct answer is C, Ivory Coast and Ghana. Now see, this question is easily solved from the Geography Part 2 booklet provided by the bestcurrentaffairs.com for IAS Prelims 2024 exam. On page number 73, here it is clearly mentioned on the topic cocoa that West African countries of Ghana and Ivory Coast, Cameroon, Nigeria, etc. they are the most important cocoa producers in the world. Ghana is the largest producer and exporter of cocoa in the world. So here it is clearly mentioned, Ghana and Ivory Coast. Therefore, this question is easily solved from the book by bestcurrentaffairs.com. C is the answer, Ivory Coast and Ghana. UPSC Prelims 2024 exam, GS paper. This is the question that on June 21 every year, which of the following latitudes experience sunlight of more than 12 hours? And the correct answer is Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. Now see, this is our geography book. This is our geography part 1 book by bestcurrentaffairs.com. On page number 65, here it is clearly mentioned motions of the earth, and on 21st June, here it is mentioned that the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun. The rays of the sun fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer. As a result, these areas receive more heat. The North Pole is inclined towards the sun, and the places beyond the Arctic Circle, they experience continuous daylight for about 6 months. So therefore, Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. These options are correct. Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle. So they receive more sunlight on June 21. Therefore, D is the answer. And this question is solved from the book provided by the bestcurrentaffairs.com for IAS Prelims 2024 exam, page number 65. Consider the following statements. First statement is that thickness of the troposphere at the equator is much greater as compared to the poles. The statement is correct. Now see, this is our geography part 1 book for IAS Prelims 2024. On page number 99, here it is mentioned troposphere. Troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere extending to an average altitude of 10 km, varying between 18 km above at the equator and 8 km above at the poles. Therefore, the statement that thickness of troposphere at the equator is much greater as compared to the poles, it is correct. Now take the second statement that at the equator, heat is transported to the great heights by strong convectional currents. This statement is also correct. In the same book, Geography Part 1 book, page number 107, here it is mentioned Hadley cell. The air at the ITCZ, Intertropical Convergence Zone. Now see, this is the ITCZ at the equator. Here it is mentioned the air at the ITCZ rises because of the convection currents caused by the low pressure. So therefore, second statement is also correct. Correct answer is the B, that both statement 1 and 2 are correct, but statement 2 does not explain the statement 1. Consider the following. How many of the above are products of volcanic eruptions? Pyroclastic debris, it is correct. Ash and dust is correct. Sulfur compounds are correct. Nitrogen is not there. So therefore, C is the answer. Now see, this is our geography book, part 1 for IAS Prelims 2024 on page number 86. Here it is mentioned typography produced by the volcanoes. First is cinder or ash cone. They are of a low height and formed by volcanic dust, ashes and pyroclastic matter. And on the same page, here it is mentioned the erupted material by the volcanoes, volcanic gases, sulfur compound is there. So in all this explanation, nitrogen is not there. Therefore, pyroclastic, ash and dust, and sulfur. Only these three are correct. Therefore, C is the answer, and this question is solved. Next question. With reference to Himalayan rivers joining Ganga downstream of the Prayagraj from west to east, which one of the following sequence is correct? And the correct answer is B. Now see this exact statement in our book, Geography Part 1 book for IELTS Prelims 2024 by bestcurrentaffairs.com on page number 37. Here it is mentioned the Ganga river system, and on the same page here it is mentioned that the important left bank tributaries of Ganga are in order from west to east: Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi. Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak and Kosi, from west to east. From west to east. On page number 37, the same fact is mentioned. Therefore, this question is easily solved. B is the answer. And this question is solved from our geography book. The next question. Consider the following information about the waterfalls in India, rivers. In how many of the above rows is the given information is correctly matched? Now take the first one. Dhuandhar waterfall, Narmada river. This statement is correct. Now see, this is our geography part 1 book for IELTS Prelims 2024 by bestcurentaffairs.com on page number 39. Here it is mentioned the Narmada river, Dhuandhar waterfall near Jabalpur on Narmada river. Therefore, the statement 1 is correct. Second is Kundru. Now take the third one first, that Jerusapa. Now on the page number 40 in the same book, Geography Part 1, page 40. Here it is mentioned Sharavati river. The famous Jog Falls or Jerusapa Falls, they are made by the Sharavati river. It is the highest in India. Therefore, the statement Netravati is wrong. Therefore, 3 is wrong. Now take the second one, that Kundru waterfalls. On the same book, take the page number 55. Geography Part 1 book, page number 55. Here it is mentioned Kundru waterfalls on Subarnekha river near Ranchi. Therefore, Subarnekha, Kundru waterfalls, it is correct. So first and second is correct. Jerusapa falls, it is wrong. Therefore, B is the answer, and this question is solved from our geography book. Next question. Consider the following statements. First statement is that rainfall is one of the reasons for weathering of rocks. This statement is correct. Second is that rainwater contains carbon dioxide in solution. This statement is also correct. And the third statement is that rainwater contains atmospheric oxygen. This statement is also correct. And the correct answer is A, that both statement 2 and 3 are correct, and both of them explain statement 1. Now see these facts in our notes. This is Geography Part 1 book for IELTS Prelims 2024 by bestcurentaffairs.com on page number 95. Here it is mentioned that weather is one of the fundamental processes that shape the earth. The process of weathering breaks down the rocks, soils into smaller fragments and then into constituent substances. Here it is mentioned that during rains, precipitation, the water droplets absorb and dissolve carbon dioxide from the surrounding air. So, statement first, that rainfall is one of the reason for weathering of rocks. This statement is correct. And that rainwater contains carbon dioxide in solution. This statement is also correct. Now, in the same book, come to the page number 117. There is a full chapter on weathering. Here, this is Geography Part 1 book on page 117. There is a full chapter on weathering. Here it is mentioned that water is the principal agent of behind both physical and chemical weathering through atmospheric oxygen and carbon dioxide. Therefore, this third statement is also correct, that it contains atmospheric oxygen. Therefore, all these three statements are correct, and therefore the correct answer is A, and this question is solved. Next question, the organisms cicada, froghopper, pond skater are, and the correct answer is C, insects. Now this cicada, it is mentioned in our books that it is insect. Now see, this is our current affairs book, July 2023, page number 106. In this magazine there was a news on cicada. Cicada species embrace an Indian identity, and here it is mentioned that it is an insect species. The insect species cicada, a form of cicada that is commonly found in several parts of South India, has assumed an Indian identity. So there is a full news on this insect species cicada. Therefore C is the answer, and this question is solved from our current affairs book. Question, with reference to radioisotope thermoelectric generators, consider the following statements. Three statements are given, and now take this first statement that RTGs, they are used for powering the onboard system of spacecraft. This statement is correct. Now see, this is our July 2023 current affairs book. On page number 151, here it is clearly mentioned. There was a full news on this radio thermoelectric generators. There was a news, nuclear engine for rockets. Here it is mentioned that it is used to send a spacecraft deep into the space. This fact is also mentioned that RTGs, however, not an entirely new thing. US spacecraft such as Voyager, Cassini, Curiosity have been powered by RTGs. So the statement second, that RTGs are used for powering onboard system for spacecraft, this statement is correct. Now take the third statement, that RTGs, they can use plutonium-238. This statement is also correct. Now in the same news, here it is mentioned that RTGs, they use radioactive materials such as plutonium-238. Therefore statement third and second is correct. Now check the statement first, that RTGs, they are miniature fission reactors. This statement is wrong. In the same news, on the page 151, in the same news, here it is mentioned the fact that these nuclear engines, that is radio thermoelectric generators, they are not to be thought of as nuclear fission reactors. Essentially, the engine contains two parts, that is the radioisotope heater unit, which generate heat, and the RTG, which converts the heat into electricity. Therefore they are not nuclear fission reactors. Therefore statement first is wrong. Only 2 and 3 statement is correct. Therefore B is the answer, and this question is solved with the help of our current affairs book. Next question, recently the term pumped storage hydropower is actually and appropriately discussed in the context of which of the following, and the correct answer is energy storage, long duration energy storage. Now see, this question is covered in our February 2024 current affairs book on page number 42. Here it is mentioned, there was a news that 750 megawatt pumped hydrogen storage project, it was in the news that NHPC has signed MOU with Gujarat Power Corporation for investment in the proposed 750 megawatt pumped hydro storage project as an effective solution for energy storage. Here it is clearly mentioned. Therefore C is the answer, and this question is solved with the help of our February current affairs book.